Thank you for the introduction, for the chance for to talk a few minutes, 5 minutes, about the 2021 AVCC Tiny Grant that we received. So Hartford is where the White River comes into the Connecticut River. The town of Hartford, White River Junction shows on the map, but that's just one of 5 villages in the town of Hartford. So don't ever tell anybody from Quechee or Wilder that they live in the town of White River. Um, the Hartford Conservation Commission's mission is basically three components. The first one is, protect the natural resources in the town, educate the community about our natural resources, and foster environmental stewardship. In the April of 2020, a grassroots organization started up in the town, not connected with the Conservation Commission, called the Hartford Salamander Team. And their purpose was to help amphibians in the spring safely migrate across roads. As most of you know, things like tree frogs and salamanders live most of their life in an upland habitat under leaf litter and the like. But in the spring, when you start to get warm nights in the evening, they're generally wet, they have to migrate to water in order to breed. And that might include crossing a road. They do this sort of in mass during those concentrated times, and there can be high mortality of amphibians during these migrations at night. So in the winter of 2021, the Hartford Salamander Team approached the Conservation Commission and asked for some funding. They wanted to participate in the North Branch Nature Center's amphibian road crossing project. So next slide. So the Hartford Salamander Team has a pretty dynamic website. Because we received the grant, we were able to fund their participation in the North Branch Nature Center's training. They had the training in the spring of March 2021, and it was very successful. They had over 60 participants, not only the town of Hartford, but the whole Upper Valley, and way more than they had the previous year. Since then, over the following 3 seasons of the migration seasons, they've, helped an estimated 800 frogs at 13 different sites. And one of the most important part of this of the North Center's program is that they record the number of crossings and amphibian encounters at these different sites. So, and it's stored on a website that's available, so we can see where are the hot spots in the town that need to, concentrate mitigation. And also, over since 2021, we've collaborated with the Salamander Team and other organizations for different educational events. It's increased the participation in our annual salamander walk that we've been doing for the last 10 or 15 years. And then lately, the Salamander Team has expanded and gone into having monthly meetings where they gather people together and talk about different conservation subjects. Next slide. So the benefits. So because of the grant, the grant enabled us to work with the salamander teams and advance all 3 of our major missions, protection, education, and stewardship. Working with the salamander team, it's increased the public awareness, about the importance of amphibian crossings during migration, and just the general ecology of vernal pools and that type of habitat. Education, besides, as I mentioned, besides just salamanders and amphibian crossings, the salamander teams developed these talks on a monthly basis and talk about, fungi and birds and, use of iNaturalist and just different things. Probably the most important benefit is the participation. This was a grassroots organization that came to us, and it was younger people, and mostly in their early to middle 20s. And there was a little bit of skepticism among some of the Conservation Commission members, We've been doing this for 10, 20, 30 years, this conservation thing. So who are these folks? But it's really worked out well. I mean, and they've able to attract some younger people that typically have been underrepresented in our other conservation commission events, and that's been great. And then collaboration, as I mentioned before, the stewardship programs, and we're actually working with the salamander team now on the process of setting up an educational program with different stewardship or naturalist programs. So that's it. Thank you.
Thanks, Tom. That was great. And particularly like the Hartford Salamander team's logo. Really need to get that on a shirt or hat.
In their little saying there, go out in the night and have fun.